Okay, another radical equation or equation involving radicals. It's a bit more complicated. You've got these two nasty square root terms, so we are going to have to square to undo them, but you're certainly not, it's not going to be the first step you take. The first thing we're going to do is try and keep one of the square root terms on this side, put the other one on that side at least, because if you try and square this, the whole left hand side, it's going to be pretty horrible. So first step, we're going to keep the square root 2x minus 3, and we're going to add the minus square root x plus 7 to both sides. So that's going to end up, it's going to end up in here. So equals square root x plus 7 is now positive, plus 2. Now we can square both sides. Square both sides. So square root 2x minus 3 squared equals, so all of this squared, so square root x plus 7 plus 2 squared. So this is easy, that's just 2x minus 3. The other bit is not easy, but it's another perfect square. So you have the x plus 7, so you've got to remember a plus b squared is a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. So the a squared is root x plus 7 squared. So that is just x plus 7 plus 2ab, well that's 2 times a times b, so 2 times 2 is 4 times a is root x plus 7 plus, and then there's b squared, 2 squared is 4, right? So now at that point you're probably going to want to do a bit of adding up, so I might put the x's on one side, so if I take away that x, so 2x minus x is x, and then I might leave that 3, move some numbers, so you've got the 7 plus 4 is 11, subtract them both from both sides. I'm going to have minus 3 minus 11 is minus 14 equals, and what's left on that side is just the square root x plus 7. Sorry, the 4 square root x plus 7. Now, unfortunately, you're going to have to square both sides again. So, square both sides again. Because we still have a nasty radical that you do not like, or I certainly don't like it. So you're going to have x minus 14 squared equals, so 4 square root x plus 7 squared. So don't fall into, this is a perfect square, don't fall into the trap of forgetting to square that 4, it's really important. So x minus 14 squared is going to be x squared minus 2 times minus 14 times x, so that's minus 28x, so you're going to have x squared minus 28x, and then you've got minus 14 times minus 14, well that's 196 plus 196 equals, well you've got 4 this is, it's going to be 4 squared root x plus 7 squared, like that. So you square 16 times x plus 7. X plus 7. So then you're going to have to do a little bit of donkey work on that. So I would leave that left hand side. So x squared minus 28x plus 196 equals, well it's going to be 16x plus, well 16 times 7. Now a good way to times by 16 is to, 16 is 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. So if I want to times 7 by 16, I can times it by 2 4 times. So 7 times 2, 14 times 2, 28 times 2, 56 times 2, 112. Now you've nearly got the quadratic where you want it. I need to leave a 0 on this side, so I'm going to have x squared, and then you've got minus 28x minus 16x. 28 plus 16 is 44, so minus 28 minus 16 must be minus 44x. You've got 196 minus 112. Well, take away 100, take away 10, take away 2, so that will be 196, 96, 86, 84 plus 84 equals 0. Now we're nearly there. We're looking to factorize the thing, which is not great either. If you know it's going to be x equals 0. You're looking for the factors of 84 that add up to make 44. So actually, if you start, you know that 12 sevens, for example, is 84, but they're so far apart, so they're so close together, you need to add up these numbers, and you know they're going to be a long way apart. So 84 and 1 would get you to either 83 or the other side. So if I double those, I could have 2 and 42. 2 and 42. If I times them together, they make 84. If they're both negative, they will multiply to make that, and they will add to make the positive. So that is what I've got. So then x equals 2 or x equals 42. Now remember, these are the solutions to the equation once we squared it. They are the solutions to the n equals b to the power n, but they're not the solution to the original equation. So either of these two equations, not necessarily the correct solutions. So let's do a little reshuffle again. We need to test in the original equation, which I no longer have. So check with, right, I'm going to check with the second form of the initial. So I'm going to check with root 2x minus 3 equals 2 plus root x plus 7. I'm going to check with that. So this is the original equation rearranged, but I haven't actually raised it to any power, so that will be fine. So if x equals, I can't remember the solution, 2 and 42. If x equals 2, so left hand side, 2 minus 3 square rooted, does that equal 2 plus square root 2 plus 3? So 2 2s are 4, 4 minus 3 is 1, so does root 1 equal 2 plus root 5? So I don't think it does. Okay, so we're going to check when x equals 2 and when x equals 42. So if x equals 2, so we need to see if the left hand side equals the right hand side. So does 2 times 2 minus 3 equal 2 plus root x plus 7? So 2 plus square root 2 plus 7. So does 2 2s are 4, 4 minus 3 is 1. Does root 1 equal 2 plus root 9, which is 3? So basically 1, remember we're only using positive values, but 1 definitely does not equal 2 plus 3 is 5. So x equals 2 is not a solution. I hope I'm going to have room. In fact, do I have one more board? If x equals 42, does root 242 minus 3, does that equal 2 plus root 42 plus 7? It's looking good. So 2 times 42 is 84. 84 minus 3 is 81. So does root 81 equal 2 plus root 49? So 49, root 49 is 7. Root 81 is 9. So does 9 equal 2 plus 7? It does. 9 equals 9. So x equals 42 is a solution, and it's the only solution because we disregarded the other one. We proved that it isn't a solution to the original. It's the only solution. And remember, that's the only solution to the original equation, which was this. Yes, it may well, x equals 2 absolutely will be a solution to this, as will 42, but it will not be a solution to the original.